world is a real crowd, please. Small world, all the friends know of me.
Hey everybody, it's Diandra Marie.
And Rolonda.
And this is
You're Gonna Regret This, which is brought to you today by the letter D.
Not for me though. No one's thinking about me.
Or decision. Well, no matter what you do in life, like, you have to think before you act. I think
that's true.
You know, if you're going to change jobs, don't just quit and then
No, you're right.
hope that you're gonna get the next one. If you want to go out on a Saturday night, I don't know, think about your plans before you get into the car. If you're going to enter into a relationship or a situationship, you have to be thoughtful. You have to know what you're getting into.
You just see so many people out there who just
Jump
do
into
things just because.
Yeah.
And it's like, did you put any real thought into that? Do you even know
Did you think
if
about
this
the
is
consequences, good or bad?
Yeah, and you really do have to think about that. I mean, I know you were talking about like the job, and it's like, I'll be honest, I've thought about picking up and going to LA, especially since I came back. I thought I just had the time of my life. I knew I knew that's where I'm just supposed to be, and I'm gonna be there one day. But I had to think about it, and it's like, well, number one, I don't have a job out there. So I understand the starving artist thing, and I understand some people do go out there with a certain amount of money and on a, not on a whim, but just on a hope and a prayer that it's gonna happen. But unfortunately, with the way my student loans is set up, I can't just not have no income. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna have bills, and also I'm like, okay, you're gonna regret this with Rolonda. Rolonda not about to pick up and move to no LA, not on a hope and a prayer. But you have to think about that, and it's like so many people just want to do what they want to do in that moment, that nothing else seems to matter until it blows up in their face.
But logistics matter. Like, thinking it through is gonna save you so much stress. It's gonna save you money. It's gonna save you heartache. It's gonna save you
time, which equals money, so that's more money.
Okay. More money.
But you know what I find too though, Rolonda, is like, even people who do think it through, because I used to be one of those people, it's like, yeah, I think it through, but the best outcome as far as like what has the least consequences, but that's not what I want to do. Like, I still want to do.
I've thought it through. I still want to be a little reckless.
Right. And just hope that the consequences that I thought through don't happen. And of course they are.
They always do.
They always happen. So no, for real, like, being intentional, and I know it sounds like weird, but you can be intentional. Just like when last time we were talking about sex.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't necessarily be intentional with sex. It's actually a lot better when you're not. But as far as thinking through who you're going to have sex with, that's a huge thing. You need to think about the consequences. You need to think about, can this blow up in my face? I don't know, have you ever like made a crazy, like a bad decision? I'm sure we all have. But like, do you have any you'd like to share, Rolonda? You have some pretty interesting stories.
Yes. I have made some thoughtless decisions.
Okay, we all have.
I was like casually seeing this person, and he was supposed to show up somewhere, and he showed up late, and people were like, you can't get in. And he was like, but I need to see my girlfriend. Now at the time, we were casual. We were not together. And he's like, my girlfriend's in there, I gotta go. They let him in. And then everybody's talking to me about how my boyfriend is here. And I'm like, who is that?
Because she had more than one in her Rolodex.
Whoa.
Oh, no?
I mean,
okay.
Not true.
She's like, well, which guy? I don't know.
Oh, it could be Ronnie, it could be Jake. But so afterwards, I go to this guy and I'm like, so I'm your girlfriend? And he was like, well, like, I was thinking maybe, like, after months of me being like, what are we? And he's like, oh no, you're my girlfriend. And I was like, okay. Now, to be fair, that was kind of more his decision making, but I made the decision to go along with it.
Right.
And it was not a relationship ever. Even after us calling each other, girlfriend, boyfriend, it just never became anything. And that was a decision I made that wasted a smooth 4 months of my time.
Some people have, I feel like that's good compared to some people.
Well, yeah, no, like
some people are married to people that is a bad decision.
Story. I mean, my relationship now, I was very
done
thoughtful,
came up.
very intentional, and it's been great.
Look at her now. He just reminisces on the days she was a savage.
I don't like to call myself savage, but yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
It's a bit of a tame story about my bad decision making, but I do regret that decision. Well, regret is a strong word. I look back on that decision and say, I could have been more thoughtful.
Well, that's good. No, I mean, me too. I know I've talked about being single, but like this has been the longest time I've been single.
How long have
since
you been single?
This is not gonna sound long, but like since December of last year.
I mean, that's.
For some people, well, no, it's not short, but for some people, I feel like been single for like years. And when I say single, I mean like haven't dated anyone seriously since.
Wow.
You know, and I like it sort of. Like, of course, it gets like lonely. Of course,
sure.
You know, I wish sometimes I had someone to like talk to on a, you know, like on a relationship level or anything like that. But at the same time, like me being intentionally single has been a relief because I've been in situations where I was like a relationship addict and I just wanted to be with someone for the sake of being with someone. Yeah. And usually that person doesn't end up being good for you and you know it. Yeah. You know it. I do want to date a specific type of woman. You know, and I'm not, and even though sure I could be like, yeah, let me just date anyone for the sake of dating anyone, for the consequences, one, that will not make, I will no longer be available to a woman that I actually want to be available for. That's number one. Number two, you're gonna probably get on my nerve. So that's my, you know, you're gonna annoy me. You're gonna take away my peace of mind. Number three, that's time I have to spend with you that I'm usually doing other things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, my other things are like editing
taking you
videos,
away from your grind. I'm gonna say, being spontaneous is like a healthy thing.
It's good.
It can be really fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, experience teaches us that
you can't all the time.
There are consequences. Right. And like with jumping into something blindly is not going to always yield the results that you want.
Yeah. Be spontaneous when it comes to things worth being spontaneous for. Like if you don't have nothing to do on a Saturday night and you want to hit up one of your friends and say, hey, like you want to go out real quick, let's go, da, da, da. Okay, whatever. But like some of y'all be making actual life choices. Major life decisions.
On a whim.
That's a word. As crazy as the world is these days, you need to know plot your points.
So many factors need to be considered when we make major decisions.
Seriously. So, speaking of major decision making, Rolonda.
Uh-oh.
Do you regret anything? Besides dating that trash boy.
I mean, you know, that was a matter of poor decision making. I don't regret it. It taught me a lot. So no, I don't regret shit.
As always, Rolonda, as always. And I don't regret anything either because we all have made bad decisions. Like, we're not pointing the finger at people.
No, not at all.
So don't wander aimlessly through life. You know, we're all here for a reason. Make it count. Whatever it is that you decide you want to do with your life, make it count. You know? That's all. That's all.
Well, let us fix your life.
We can fix your life too, okay? So
we'll hold you against our bosom. And we'll
call you beloved.
Call you beloved.
So if you want to hear us call you beloved,
I will be calling you beloved at Rolonda Marie on Twitter and Instagram.
And I'll just keep telling you to get your life on all social media. If you follow me at It's Diandra Marie. So, it's Diandra Marie.
And Rolonda.
And we're out.